Have been tracking the aftermath of last night's storms throughout central, eastern, and southern Kentucky.
The city of Richmond was hit particularly hard by damaging winds and hail.
You just hear the explosion of the windows blowing in, and you just jump up and do what you got to do.
WKYT's Jessica Umbro talked with two neighbors who are working to repair their home. She is our top story at 11.
It really sounded like a bunch of people were just beating on the windows with aluminum bats.
Last night's storm felt different for Richmond resident Chris Clements.
I'm pretty good with storms, but this one kind of got me. It was just really violent very quickly.
Madison County was hit hard last night by high winds, rain, and golf ball-sized hail. The back of Madison Hills Christian Church in Richmond was even ripped off, spreading debris throughout the property. Many Richmond residents woke up to find their windows broken.
You just hear the explosion of the windows blowing in, and you just jump up and do what you got to do.
Including Brian Alderman, who also found his children's swing set knocked over entirely.
So it had to be a really, really strong wind. It took 4 men to put that thing back up.
Despite the storm just passing through, fixing and rebuilding is seen in all of the boarded up windows that are here on the street. Progress that is being helped along by the friendliness of neighbors.
Everybody just kind of comes together and does what they need to do. Everybody was checking on everybody and just to make sure that everyone was okay.
A positive symptom of an unfortunate situation. Clements is grateful for his community's ability to rally behind each other when it's needed most.
Well, it was kind of good to, have a sense of community around here. Everybody was out, trying to help everyone get their boards up and get contractors out here. So it's good to know that, everyone around here wants to help and stuff like this happens.
In Richmond, Jessica Umbro, WKYT.
Madison emergency management crews want people to report any storm damage. That includes damage to your home or flooding, even down trees on your property. You can call the number that we have right there for you on the bottom of your screen. You can also find that number right now on WKYT.com.